morning, evening, day or night, kind and not so kind, ladies and gentlemen who quest or troll the wonderful land of YouTube. My name is Cholombo.
And my name is MetalFH.
And welcome to an extra video, an additional video, I might say. Yes.
Whoa.
We're doing an extra video because we kind of fucked up the planning of videos. Yeah, last week. Something happened with our editing software. Let's just keep it at that. This video will be a short informational video because I did a little, might I call it analysis? Let's just call it an analysis of the top 100 channels on YouTube and their names. And I've decided to discard, well, some of the channels in there because some of them aren't really YouTube channels, in my opinion. Like, would I call a Vivo thing a fucking YouTube channel?
No.
Would I call all of the, well, I'm also discarding all of the YouTube sub-channels because that doesn't really make sense to include them. Because it's easier to garner fame on your own website. And then I've discarded some of the, well, actually famous people who are on YouTube because I think there's a, well, in the top 100 there was Ellen DeGeneres' channel was in there, so I'm discarding that as well, and all those people. So, obviously, people like PewDiePie and Smosh and, well, all the others in there are included. And here are some of my findings on naming of channels. First off, none of the channels in there actually have a number in it. So there is no Lazy Gamer 27, or is that a name?
I don't know.
I hope that's not somebody's name. If it is, sorry, I'm just saying a random name that I just thought of. If that's your name, it's not really that creative because I just thought of it just now. Or like Pantsless Gaming 79, or like the Banana Midget 798, or you get what I mean. Also, I haven't seen any channels, and that might just be because there aren't really that many of them most of the time, but I haven't seen any channels with lead in it as well. So if you're using a number to substitute for a letter, I haven't seen any of those channels in the top as well. So I don't know if that is a setback for your channel or it isn't. It might be because of the search engine. If you type in a name and write it without the letters, the search engine is not gonna recognize those numbers as something that is substituting for a letter, so it's making it harder to find you unless you type the number. So you have to garner some fame to get a snowball rolling of people wanting to look up your name. So it might be an initial setback, but it might be something that helps you when you're further. So I don't know if lead is a good or a bad idea. I think it's a bad idea in the beginning of your channel. Maybe you could, but then changing it might also be a bad thing, so it might just be a bad thing. Try and not include it, I suppose. But if you have it, well, let's just see how it goes. You could be our case study for that. Yes. Besides that, leaving all the numbers aside, there's something that you see a little of and then you don't see it in every channel. It's a description of what the channel is inside of the name. This might seem like, what the fuck are they talking about? How the fuck can you describe your channel within the name? Yeah, I mean, like, if you're a gaming channel, not all of the channels that are in the top channels use gaming if they're gaming channels. Like PewDiePie doesn't have gaming in there. If you see like Smosh Games, they obviously have games in there. But then you have like Venos Gaming also has games in there. But, well, Sky does Minecraft has his Minecraft in there. Some of them do, but a lot of them also don't. So it's basically kind of not really a 50-50 split, but there's a split there. And it might as well be a 50-50 because I don't think it really matters if you include it or not. But then again, you might be restricting yourself if you do that. If you start out as a gaming channel and you use gaming, or if you do only Minecraft in the beginning and you put Minecraft in your channel name, what if you want to change it? Then you're basically fucked because you can't change your name then.
But you can change the custom URL.
Yeah, so basically if you already have a custom URL, that's the problem. You can't change that anymore. You can change your name, I don't know if there's a limit on that or not. Metal thinks not. I've seen people change their names multiple times, so I think there's not really a limit, or it's higher than what you'd ever need. So it's not really a problem there. But then if you're changing your name, you're rebranding, and it might be harder for people who haven't subbed to you but liked your content, but then wanted to give it more of a like viewing before they actually subbed. They might have a problem with finding you then. Yeah, so that could happen. I don't really think it's that big of a problem, so yeah, it's not really that important. You don't really need to include what you do in your channel. It could be restricting. Then, obviously there's some uniqueness to names, and a second feature is the name kinda needs to go together with somebody's personality. Doesn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
If you look at what a name, obviously that's subjective, so it's not a really pure 100% sciencey thing. But if you look at PewDiePie, that name fits PewDiePie, doesn't it? It has that really weird quirky thing and it fits him. So it goes together with his character. Or maybe that's just conditioning because we've seen the name and the character go together. Yeah, I don't know. Then you have names like Smosh, kind of fitting with their stuff as well, if you ask me. Well, there are some of these names that obviously if you choose your own name, that's a thing you could do. There's a lot of things you can do. But let's just focus on that now. If you choose your own name, obviously if you're called John Smith or something, or one of those names that is so fucking common, I would suggest you not to use your own name, because that might be kind of a detriment to your channel, wouldn't it? Like choosing John Smith and then, yeah, no. If you have a really kind of unique name, then just use that. If you want to use your own name but you think your first name sucks or something, or it's too fucking common, maybe you have a middle name that you could substitute for your first name. That's also something you could do. I wouldn't like use my... if you have like a middle name, I wouldn't really use my first, middle and last name. That would be beginning to get a little long, perhaps. Then again, long names aren't really a big problem either, because Sky Does Minecraft is kind of already one of those longer names. Yeah. Syllable-wise, you could compare the length of names, and well, that doesn't really make that big of a difference, because if you compare like the syllables of Smosh, Smosh, or PewDiePie, that's already longer and it's a bigger channel, so it isn't a detriment. And having multiple words in your name is also not a really big detriment to your channel, because, well, Sky Does Minecraft, that's really the thing that comes back up again. I don't find any much longer names in there.
Does he type it like multiple words, or?
Now I don't remember. Now I don't really remember.
The game theorists.
Yeah, the game theorist. Yeah, true. And the film theorist. Yeah, there are two channels. Well, not two, because there's more of them. But hey, moving on. Well, you can see that there's really a lot you can do with your name, but you have to try and get it unique. That also comes back to the numbers again. If you have a number behind it, that means that your name is not unique. So yeah, if you make your name unique, I think that is the best. That's the best tip for your channel. It, like we said, it doesn't have to reflect what you do. It doesn't have to be really short. Don't make it too long though. But yeah, there's a lot of things you can do to make your channel name unique, especially if you have a unique name already. If you want to be the personality, if your personality is the main IP for the channel, and I think for us that would make some sense because we have some different shows, but I think that our personalities are somewhat of the things that make them work for us. Yeah, we have a lot of personality heavy stuff, so we could have done something like that, but how would we have done something like that? Because we couldn't just use our first name. the best tip for if you do something that is purely based off your personality, or if you're a vlogger or something, then that would be a really good tip would be just to use your first name and last name, just your full name. Or again, like I said, substitute the first one and the middle one if your first one is too fucking common. Yeah. I think that wraps it up. And well, you could do some reflecting on your own name. Check it out. Do some analyzing of your own name. Is it unique? Can you find a lot of them? I've seen High Voltage doing some searching there because he found out that too many people had the same name. So that's a problem that you could probably run into. But then your name could be too similar to another name, something like that. Somebody named Bowdy Pie or something that would be a bit too similar, wouldn't it? It would. Or Smush, like a German. Smush. Yeah. So, if we do some reflecting on our own name, and that's the last thing we're gonna talk about, we have a pretty unique name because we can't find any other channels with Lolzosaurus, like even in them. There was some guy playing a match of some sort of game, and his nickname was Lolzosaurus somewhere, so he had that. Yeah. Think about your name is a big problem. You can't copyright your name now because you probably don't have the money. We don't have the money. A lot of us don't really have the money to copyright our IPs and our name. So, yeah. But then again, that's another problem for another time, and I will maybe on my channel talk about something like copyright, because I think basically the way it works now is really a lot of bullshit. And that has been it for this weird ass video about naming and all that kind of stuff. And we'll catch you in the next video.
Thanks for watching our video. Did you like that video? Don't forget to like it if you like it. And if you don't like it as well. Leave a comment and share the video with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe and be real, Lolzosaurus. See you in the next video.